Welcome back to 2010, when the big boys and girls over at Ubisoft threw a huge wrench in the gameplay loop of Assassin's Creed with a, you guessed it, multiplayer mode. Now in concept, this was going to be a great time, but in practice, I don't know, it was cool I guess, it didn't really last, whatever. Now let's fast forward 4 years to E3 2014, when the boys and girls at Ubi dropped a trailer that blew everyone's minds. Goosebumps out the roof, people. Co-op in Assassin's Creed, peanut butter and jelly. Yeah, that sounded like it was going to be a great time. But in practice, it was cool I guess, it didn't really last, it was whatever. So here we are in 2021 with Hood, Outlaws, and Legends. Now, the premise, you and a squad of 4 have to steal money from the state in full assassin stealth mode while also avoiding an enemy squad with the same goal. Yeah, you can sign the co-op bros up because that sounds great. But in practice, well, let's spend some time talking about that because there's some good and there's some bad.
Okay, kill the took. Here, assassinate the John.
And assassinated him. Got him. Yes, baby! Let's go!
There's so much going on. This is insanity. Oh, the friggin' sheriff got me. I was around the box.
Yeah!
Hey, boys.
Yeah!
Alright, we'll run into sea.
This is the life for me!
Sausage party.
While our experience with Hood was a mixed bag at best, they've at least made it easy to get your gang of outlaws together. Inviting up to 3 friends is pretty straightforward using the game's simple invite menu. From there, you're free to hang out and customize your character in the game's hub, or the hideout as it's called. Hood also offers crossplay between Xbox, PlayStation, and PC platforms, but you can't actually play with your friend on a different platform, only friends on the same one as you, so it's kind of a weird addition. The reasoning behind this, according to Focus Home, was to avoid having players have to make a Hood account. They said this could change in the future, but not anytime soon. I will say, at least they're listening to the community and making changes accordingly. They've already fixed minor issues when it comes to matchmaking as of version 1.3. And the upcoming version 1.4 looks to remedy some gameplay issues which we'll be touching on shortly. But there's still this whole discussion around how you're actually matched with people. To us, it felt like we were constantly pitted against players who were way higher than us, or sometimes even players that clearly just started the game. The devs say they don't factor levels into their matchmaking system, but the matchmaking still felt totally whack to us, so it all just feels confusing at best. You'll have to see for yourself on this one, guys. And that's the thing with this game, you get some good with some bad. And we'll be talking about what makes it fun, but also frustrating as heck.
What? She's a god. Oh my god. They're so good. They're literally so good.
PC gamers. I hate PC gamers.
Like, they're literally so good. It's wild.
Now, despite what you're probably thinking, Hood actually kind of had us hooked well before the release date, and we were really pumped to get our hands on this one. Each match goes a little bit something like this. Your team needs to steal the key from the big bad sheriff in order to open a vault with a chest full of money. After that, you need to get the chest to an extraction point where you winch the chest onto a ship in order to walk away with that sweet, sweet loot. Now, in the end, the match becomes a tale of 2 halves. You've got the first half, which is a big fat chef's kiss of stealthy, ooey gooey goodness. This is the Assassin's Creed multiplayer we all wanted all along. You work with your team to quietly take down guards, take spawn points, find your objective as fast and as quietly as possible.
Oh baby!
The double John.
That was good.
The best highlight of the whole game right there.
The stealth seems important because if you get caught, the gates around you are closed, making movement more difficult, and the other team can see you on the minimap as long as you're now in combat. So in theory, if your team is coordinated and careful, as in taking over strategic spawn points or taking down AI guards, you might get the key and the vault done all without anyone ever knowing. And man, when that does happen, it is satisfying. But then the second half starts.
And here we go.
Oh, how did she... The assassinations are so broken.
Watch out, John.
Oh, dang it. God, where did that John come from? Watch around the
She
corner.
assassinated me.
Coming. Yeah. He's got...
Got him, got him. Oh, crap. Oh, but we got exploded.
Yep.
Okay, nope, they found me. What, they assassinated me? I was the one in the bushes pressing square.
So yeah, we're in the second half now. Once the chest is moving, you need to take it to an extraction point as fast as possible. There's a high probability the other team has a good idea of your location at this point, and if you haven't acquainted yourselves yet, get ready. This is where PvP becomes the focus, and it's like a really ugly thing to focus on. PvP can be fun in this game, don't get me wrong, but overall it's wonky, chaotic, and just not fun, as you can see from our sort of highlight reel there. The process of getting the chest to the extraction point and then winching it is just like an endless death loop, and a lot of the cool strategy dies towards the end. Gabe's going to touch on what happens to the combat at this point. I'm going to continue with match progression here. Now, you can try to still focus on strategic things like picking a good extraction point, and that can help. Trust me, we really tried to make this a cooperative experience. But most matches, you're all just bum rushing to get that last notch wrenched. And here's the biggest kicker of how matches play out. The last notch is the only one that determines if you win or not. So you can stealth your way to the key, find the vault, get all the other winch points, and lose the last one, and that's it. You still get money, don't get me wrong, but I'm here to win, and this decision makes that stealthy goodness the least important part of how a match plays out. The whole first half might as well not happen. Seeing a good match and a good stealthy first half go to waste leaves a very sour taste in your mouth.
You dead. That's a suck, bro.
And we're back to winching.
Go, I'm being shot! Oh no!
Oh no, John's here! John.
I'm dead. The John's here. He's too powerful.
Oh, jeez. Oh my god, I can't believe we got the one shot down. That was amazing. The John, bro, the John.
Like I said, guys, you're getting some good and some bad. Let's talk about some good stuff. Each of the 4 classes in this game are unique and have their own intended roles in and out of combat. Let's take John the Brawler. He's the most offensive character and the only one that can open gates. Opposite of him is Marianne. She's the fastest, most stealthy of the gang, making her ideal for stealing the key or flanking the other team. When you put these unique classes together plus a great ping system, it can make working as a team super fun. At its best, we pulled off some moves straight out of an E3 highlight reel. Sadly, those moments are rare. Once the chaos that Andrew mentioned ensues, the game favors the melee-focused characters, mostly John. This has resulted in a full team of Johns not only becoming a total meme, but a popular strategy.
3 Johns does it again, folks.
The more the Johns, the more the wins.
John.
And listen, we tried playing with a balanced group, but realized it just was not viable. The focus on open combat in the second half just makes Robin and Marianne, the stealthy ones, not nearly as useful. So eventually, we tried the John thing out, completely gave up on stealth, and won a match like it was nothing. It was fun, sure, but it felt like we weren't playing the game how it was intended to be played. And that's the real crutch of this game. A ton of balance issues completely undermined the heist premise and stealthy goodness that made it so appealing. First is the combat, which feels more like a sluggish drunk fight than an elegant medieval brawl. Melee feels weighty and imprecise, and most attacks make you flinch, making it easy to get stun locked. Fighting one-on-one feels slightly better, but you'll likely just get assassinated from behind. Yeah, every character can assassinate another simply by crouching behind them, even mid-battle. This leads to a bizarre conga line where you assassinate someone, only to get assassinated yourself, then that person gets assassinated, and so on and so on and so on. Not exactly the strategic gameplay I was looking for, okay? The upcoming 1.4 patch looks to change this by allowing assassinations to be interrupted if the person assassinating takes enough damage. Can't say if that'll be enough as of the time of this review, but at least it's something. As it stands now, the messy combat, stun lock, and insta-kills just make these battles clumsy and unbalanced. Win or lose though, the progression is pretty bare bones. The perk system is cool, but it lacks longevity. Once I got my mains to 3 perks each, I just didn't really mess with it. And with stock cosmetics being okay at best, your biggest reward really is just the match itself. Despite all of our criticisms, winning a match can feel great. It just sucks that losing one feels so incredibly lopsided. In most games like this, you feel like the winning team earned the win. But in Hood, it just rarely feels that way.
Get over there.
I don't think anyone's gonna get there on time.
Dang it.
This is gonna be so cool.
This is the worst. This is the worst part of the game. My jeez.
Oh my god.
Poop.
Okay, that was really dumb.
It's
I was
like
about
we
to
get all the points, and then they kill us, and they get a last point, and they get all the gold. That's amazing. That's great. That's great game design. I love it.
Gabe and I have been searching for the perfect player versus engine PvPvE game for a long time. A similar game, Hunt Showdown, just kind of left us wanting more. We enjoyed the matches, but overall, it felt like there wasn't enough to motivate us to keep playing. We're going to be leaving Hood feeling the same way, if not worse. But I will say this, some people have absolutely loved Hunt Showdown, and they still play it regularly to this day. Now, I think some people are going to love Hood, and maybe that is going to be you and your friends. And as Gabe mentioned, the developers have started to work on things, there's a roadmap, and that's all great. But it's going to be hard to say when the game is actually going to feel like a more balanced experience. So for the time being, our search for that perfect PvPvE game is going to have to continue.
Thank you for tuning in. There's a lot of opinions surrounding this game and genre as a whole, so we'd love to hear your thoughts. Sound off in the comments below. And if you liked our review, please share it with a friend, it goes a long way. If you want to follow along with all the games that we're playing, please check out our socials link below. As always, we'll see you next time on another episode of The Co-op Bros.
Hey, John. Welcome to the game.
Have you ever faced two Johns before? It's not fun.
Welcome to the game.
Oh, man, that's good.
Robin's dead.
Didn't work out.
Took's dead.
Yes, let's go, baby, for cleaning house.
I care that you healed. Andrew and I are cleaning house.
We've killed him 5 times in a row.
Okay, you guys gotta get the vault because